Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jo. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I have my laptop down here, so if I do look down here, it's because I'm looking at comments and things. So, yeah, if you're here, say hi. Now, I live up on the Gold Coast, so the way this is going to work and how our other webinars have worked is Tracy's down in the corner there, but when she speaks, she'll pop up. So, yeah, I'm up on the Gold Coast. Tracy's in Hobart. So, Trace, do you want to pop up and say hello?
Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome. Oh, I'm really excited. Hi, Wilma. Hi, Grace. Hi, Kim. So, like Joe, I've got my laptop here in front of me as well, so we can and check on the chat group and talk to everyone. Yeah, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We're super excited.
Yeah.
I'll give you back to Joe.
Oh, sorry. Can you see us? Like, are we popping up? We'll wait a few minutes for everybody to come in. Like, there'll be a few people that are still coming in. So we want to know where you're all from. Please leave a comment in the chat room where you're from. We love to know. We've had a few overseas people in our last webinar. So, yeah, if you're overseas, make sure you let us know. Now, there is a 30-second time delay, roughly about 30 seconds. So from when you type, yeah, it'll take about 30 seconds to come through. So, oh, who's excited? We're pretty excited. Now, kids are in bed already, asleep, winning, and hopefully they stay there. But if not, we'll have a little toddler on my lap. So, yeah, Amanda, hi. Who have we got? Sue from Sydney, Kim from Ipswich, Elise, Albany, Newcastle. Hey, oh, that's awesome. Oh, someone from Ormo. That's where I am. Western Queensland, Mellowimba. I really appreciate you guys, especially over in WA, because it is only 5 o'clock over there, which is a crazy time of night, I know. So thank you very much. We really tried to, because of the silly time differences everywhere, we really tried to keep it. So, you know, it was available. If we left it past 8 p.m. for New South Wales, Victoria and Tassie, it just would have been too late. So, yeah, do appreciate it. I know there's quite a few people that are going to be watching the replay, so thanks very much. Who else do we have? Jess from Hobart, more Tassie people, Victoria. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Honestly, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because it really does show us that, you know, that I guess what we're doing is worth it, really. So thank you. So Trace, do you want to pop in at all?
Yeah, sure. I've just been reading everyone's comments. So we're assuming that everyone can hear us and see us okay. We haven't had any comments that they can't, so hopefully that's all good. Yeah, heaps from Tassie, so that's awesome. It's been a nice day down here in Tassie today, about 25. Yay. We've had, yeah, Longford. Hi, Tanya from Longford in Victoria. Melanie from Sprayton in Tassie. Yes, Helen, it is very early in Perth. Sorry. But otherwise, it gets too late for me here in Hobart, and I'm old and I need to go to bed early. Oh, love your birds of paradise, Amanda says.
Yeah, thanks. I got them today. It's not staged at all, that little setting there. No, it's very pretty.
Yeah, Carol, I am a bit blurry. I think it's my internet, but I don't know that there's much I can do about it. Sorry. All right. Well, we've sort of, what are we, given everyone a few minutes to log on. We've still got lots logging in though, so maybe we'll wait an extra few minutes and then we'll kick off. We'll get Joe to get started.
43 degrees in August, Stella. Ooh, where is that? Yeah, that's pretty hot. It's been boiling on the coast, so muggy. It's like, I hope the fan isn't annoying noise-wise, but it's just too hot not to have it on. It's been so muggy. But not that I'm complaining, because poor old Chase had snow last week. All right, so maybe we'll get started then. What have we got? We've got 130. There are still people coming in, so welcome everybody. Thank you very much for being here once again. So we'll start. I have got a few notes down here because I don't want to forget to tell you anything. So we'll start with where did Sistermixin, how did it all come about? Well, it started, it would be about 2.5 years ago now. My son was a newborn and Eva was just 3. And I started living additive and preservative free, and I'll share why a little bit down the track. So I sort of didn't really have a lot of people to share my journey with, I suppose, and so I started a free little WordPress blog, and it was just to share some recipes here and there, have a little fun along the way, and meet some other like-minded people because, yeah, I didn't really have anyone in my circle of friends or even really my family that was into, additive and preservative free. So I started sharing a few recipes and it started becoming quite popular. And I thought, oh, this is fun. And I just was having fun, and I'm still having fun. And I was due to go back to my job. My maternity leave was due to run out, and I said to Trace, geez, this is like getting quite big. I don't think I can keep going on my own. So I sort of thought, well, do I give it up, or like, what do I do? And she said, oh, I'll help. And so here we are today. She came on board. We changed the name. It was called something else back then, and we changed it to be called Sistermixin. And yeah, we have an absolute ball now, and now it is what it is today, which is absolutely unbelievable. I never envisioned it to be like this, but we love every single moment that we do. So we're just going to keep going and yeah, and have more fun along the way. So that's how Sistermixin became about. It just started off as a little hobby, a little bit of fun, and it is what it is. So it's pretty cool. We also wanted to share with. Oh, are you coming back in, Trace?
Sorry, no. Just Tamara's asked, "Hey Joe, totally off track, but where did you get your diffuser from?"
Oh, my doTERRA, eBay, that one. Yeah, so we also wanted to share with you today our stories into why we are additive free. And I get quite emotional and quite nervous when I say this, so please bear with me. I do feel quite nervous. So, as I said, when I started Sistermixin 2.5 years ago, Eva's behaviour, she was a little out of control. She was having major behavioural issues, and I didn't know what to do to help her. She would, I can't believe I'm already this nervous. She would curl up into a little ball, and she would rock back and forth, and she would have these tantrums that they would just not end. They would go on for hours, and there was nothing that we could do to stop her. She would hold her hands up to her face, and she would start to scratch her cheeks really badly. And the only way that we could get her to stop doing that was to peel her fingers off her face, and it was awful. Sorry, can't believe I'm this nervous. It's so silly.
Joe.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a big hug.
I don't know why I feel so nervous. Anyway, we stopped going to the park, we stopped going to playgroups, we basically stopped leaving the house because whenever we did, everything would just be a major meltdown. What else? She was always sick. Like, my husband and I used to say, Terry White was our local chemist, and we'd go, geez, we need them to start doing one of those loyalty cards where, you buy 5 packets of Panadol and you get the 6th one free, because she was always sick. She had bronchitis, she had pneumonia, she had repeated tonsillitis, she had ear infections, what else? You name it, pretty much Eva had it all. And she had her tonsils and her adenoids removed before she was 2. She was only 20 months old. Now, I didn't feel like, I felt like I was doing a good job as a mum, and I really did feel like I was feeding her good food. I used to shop a lot in the healthy food aisle of the supermarket and spend a fortune on snacks out of the healthy aisle. We didn't go to McDonald's every night, or we probably had it, I don't know, maybe once a month probably. I didn't give her a lot of I didn't give her any soft drink really. Like, her diet I thought was quite good, but once I really started looking into additives and preservatives, I really noticed that it probably wasn't as good as it could be. I used to buy the Shapes little snack bags, and she would have one a day, and just, lots of little things that I thought was a snack and was okay actually really wasn't. So what else? I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you something because I got a bit flustered. So what I did was, so I got invited to a Thermomix demo, and I thought, I'm going to go and I'm going to get Eva babysat because I knew I couldn't take her, and Jacob was only 6 weeks old. So Jacob and I went, and my husband was away for work. He was interstate in Sydney, and I went to the thermo demo, and I met a lady there. Well, she was actually a consultant at the time, and her name is Lisa Kordoff, and she runs a really successful whole food program. She's a health coach, and she had mentioned Additive 102, and she had said that, it's in custard powder and it's in cheesels, and that's how it makes the yellow colour. And I thought, well, that's a little bit weird. I thought, well, okay. So I went home that night and I Googled 102, and I was horrified at what it actually meant. It's linked to behavioural issues. Asthmatics should avoid it, and that's another thing, that Eva is an asthmatic. She did get a lot of bronchial asthma as a baby, and I thought, well, far out. Like, why would Additive 102, why is it even in the in our food? And I've since realised that Additive 102, it's in the Woolworths sponge cake. It's the colour yellow. It's in a lot of wraps. Like, wraps are yellow because of green and blue and yellow food colouring to make them green, the spinach wraps. And they don't actually contain any spinach. There's spinach flavourings in those wraps. And I used to buy those wraps all the time thinking I was doing a good job and feeding her and us good food. And so anyway, what I did was I printed out the worst known additives and preservatives, and I was in a desperate state of mind. So I went to my fridge and pantry and I threw in the bin every single piece of food that contained a concerning number. And in what felt like overnight, her behaviour changed. She stopped biting, she stopped scratching, she stopped curling up in a ball and rocking back and forth. She's still like she was and still is quite stubborn, and she's got a mind of her own, don't worry about that, but I could reason with her and I could talk to her, which was something that I could never do before. Our whole world basically changed from that moment on, and that's when I started my little free blog that I had. And and so that's my story. And I guess I'm here to encourage people and let people know that you don't actually have to go through what I have been through. Anyway, I'll take you over to Trace.
Oh, Jo, don't do that just yet. I'm not quite ready either. You've got me all going. Jo's story is obviously very, very emotional for her, and she's really had to research and put in so much effort to put in so much time, and she's one of the best mums I know, seriously, one of the best mums, because a lot of mums wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have spent the years and hours researching and reading and figuring out what was triggering these behavioural issues with her child. And From Joe's experience, I have learned so much about food. It's incredible, like so much about food. Here I was, I would say stuff like, oh, my kids could drink a bowl of red cordial and nothing will affect them. Like seriously, I would say these type of comments all the time and say, no, it doesn't matter if mine eat red lollies, it's all good, like nothing happens. And whilst that was kind of true, they didn't go banging off the walls and flying around the room and full on emotional tantrums. For us, it wasn't until I started restricting some of the additives and preservatives, not the food because I was just making it now from scratch, but restricting what they were eating from shop bought stuff, that I realised actually they were affected. I just didn't know it. And now when they eat something, I really notice the behavioural change. And I don't know if that's because I guess it's like anything, when you take it away and then you give it back. You know, if you cut out sugar for 6 months and then all of a sudden you had a whole chocolate cake, you'd not cope. So I don't know if it's sort of that sort of thing. But for us, the crunch sort of came for me. I had a really eye-opener moment when my then probably 13 and a half year old daughter, she's now 15, would take, again, it was shapes and different snack biscuits to school each day for lunch. And for maybe 3 or 4 months, she was complaining of these headaches on and off. So not enough really to take her to the doctor, but enough for me to think, oh, something's not right about this. Like, this isn't right. And Joe was in the process. I would go, oh, Joe, you know, she's just 2. She's probably just, you know, having the terrible twos, blah, blah, blah. Not realising exactly what Joe was going through because we live in different states. So anyway, Joe said, oh, why don't you have a look at the ingredients? And I'm like, oh, all right, you know, sure, no worries. And when I actually read what the ingredients were and read that some of them were the cause of headaches, we said, okay, like, let's total ban on these biscuits and total ban on some of the other foods we had in the house. So we went cold turkey. The kids didn't miss it. They still were having a lunchbox full of food. And I'm not kidding, within probably a day and a half, and she hasn't had those biscuits since that time. Well, I lie, she went to a birthday party and they had all that sort of food there, and she was eating these barbecue shapes, and she came home and she went, I don't even like them anymore, Mum, they taste like cardboard. Like, and I was like, yay, winning, little wins. So they don't like them anymore. They realise that they're bad for their health. It's a little bit harder with teenagers, I'm going to say, because mine have obviously had it, and now we're trying to cut it out. So it's a little slower process. But they are learning a lot about food, and they are starting to realise that some of the food they eat does affect their behaviour or their skin, or their, you know, they might break out in pimples. And I know that that's still a hormonal thing. I get all that. But when you've triggered it, when you know what the triggers are, you know, you know what the triggers are, so you know what's affecting them. So for us, yeah, our journey into additive and preservative free is obviously a lot less intense than Joe's and a lot less emotional, but it's still something that we're learning, and we really want to progress, and I really want the kids to understand exactly what food affects them and why we're eating food that's just full of chemicals and numbers and all these ingredients that don't need to be there. Like, they just don't need to be in the food. Why should biscuits last 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years on a shelf? Like, that's insane. Biscuits should last a week, you know, at most, I guess, unless they're frozen. So it's crazy. But yeah, so that's kind of both our stories. Obviously, yeah, they're vastly different, but that doesn't mean they're less important to each other. They're just different. And yeah, so that's sort of where we're at the moment. And I guess a little bit about our history, if you're interested in that. Not sure. But we both grew up on a dairy farm. We spent our teenage years on a dairy farm. So all our meat came from the farm, all our milk came from the farm, all our eggs, and, you know, fresh produce all the time. And we didn't realise at the time, obviously, that we were eating pretty much an organic lifestyle, I guess, at the time. And definitely a fairly additive and preservative-free. Mum used to bake heaps. We've always grown up with baked foods and home-cooked everything. So it wasn't until, I guess, we both left home and I mean, I joined the Navy, so you had to eat whatever they cooked. There was no choice. You know, Joe left home, and you start to just introduce packets and all sorts of things. But yeah, so anyway, that's about where we are. And so that journey has led us to this moment right now. So I'm not sure if Joe wants to take over, and we've got really exciting news.
Yeah, basically we wanted to build something, and thank you for all your comments. I've just read them. We wanted to build something that would help people, and you know, we wanted to build something that people didn't have to go through, especially what I guess I did at the start, where I had to just spend hours upon hours and hours reading and researching. And you know, I still am today, but that time, like, I just wish there was a place where I could have just gone, got all the information, and actioned it. So that's exactly what we have done. We have been spending the last 6 months absolutely working our butts off, like you wouldn't believe, to build you guys something that would help change your life, your family's life. It is pretty much a one-stop shop into additive and preservative-free eating. So I'm going to pop a video up of what we've made, and you can watch the video, and then we'll come back to you.
So while she pops that up, just let us know your honest feedback. So we actually really appreciate the honesty of you guys and the honesty of our group. So yeah, let us know your feedback and let us know what you think, and yeah, we'd be interested to know. So yeah, it's only a really short video. It's my voice, so sorry about that.
Okay, here we go. Where is it?
And here we go.
Yeah, it's not there. Hold on.
And in a minute.
And it's live TV. Sorry.
Gotta love live TV. That's all good.
Give me
I'm
one
just
sec.
reading some of the comments as well. Yeah, it is emotional. Yeah. Can we get it, Joe? Or we can't? We'll just tell them.
Right.
Any guesses? Write your comments. Might be a...
Okay. Okay, here we go. So we're releasing a 4-week course. Oh, am I back? Yep. We're releasing a 4-week course that we have tried to think of everything to put in this course to make your life as easy as possible. So yeah, feedback please. We
So what
Okay,
can
where do
people
I sign up?
say?
All right, so people, thank you so much for your support. Okay, so what we're offering today, we did promise the webinar, you guys that are here right now, the offer will be open until midnight, Sydney time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So we are offering you guys early bird discount of $50 and an additive free food pack. So it will be our Blissful Heaven book. If you do already have our book, then you know you've got a gift for a friend, and a couple of Hopper products. Now Hopper are artificial free 100,000 honeycomb food colours. So all up it's a value of about $90. So I'm going to pop the offer up now. How do I do that? Yeah. And yeah, if you're interested, then you can go straight ahead. But we've got a Q&A, so any questions, pop them in the chat group, and we're here to answer them. So what do you think?
Yeah. Before you put the offer up,
yeah,
Joe. Sorry.
It's already done.
Gonna butt in. Sorry, Joe. Before you put the offer up, can't even speak. It finishes at midnight tonight, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So for anyone that is in WA or watching the replay, make sure you get in before, I think it's 9 o'clock your time. Otherwise, it will have expired. But the price of the course will stay the same. It'll be 25% off. So we're offering it at $147. And anyone that's live today now will also get the bonus pack of the book and the Hopper products and the stuff. So $90 value added to the course. So yeah, we're excited about it. We really are.
Yeah, it's like I can't believe that we're finally here announcing it, because we have honestly tried to think of everything for this course that would help people. That's our major goal. You know, if we only sell one course, then we've helped one person.
Yeah, absolutely. So Joanna's asked.
Absolutely, 160B is no go, and we would never promote or stock anything with 160B in it. That's why we made, I don't know if you've seen it, we've got a free, additive-free ice cream ebook out there at the moment, because we were starting to totally, if I can swear, get the shits going to the supermarket and finding ice cream that says on the front artificial colour free, or colour free, and then you flip over the back and look at the ingredients and 160B's in there because it's natural, but we do cover 160B in the course.
So Roxanne has said, my son, hang on, no, not Roxanne. Oh, yes, no, my son was allergic to coloured foods too, like red apples and oranges and carrots, etc. That's insane. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how you get around that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll pop back in. Some people do suffer really bad with celiacs. I can't even speak. But we don't cover that section in the course. This course is literally artificial items, things.
What else have we got? Do you do the course at your own pace? So it's set out over 4 weeks, and what we've done is you can't move to the next week until each week's up. So each Monday it'll let you click over to the following week. So if you want to do the week's worth in one day, that's all by all means, but you won't click onto the following week until the next Monday, if that makes sense. And the reason we did it that way is because we'll actually be online in the chat group. So there's a private Facebook chat group just for course participants. And if we won't be on, if we let you do the whole 4 weeks in 1 week, say, then you would have skipped too far in front for everybody else. And when we're talking and chatting and helping you through in the chat group and answering questions about that first week of course, and you're already done week 4, it's not going to work. So we sort of thought it has to stay sort of structured, but a little bit at your own pace as well. So we've tried to get the best of both worlds as best as we can. Hope that answers that question.
Okay, am I still echoing? I think I am, because I can hear myself. What about now? I just turned my volume down. Wonder if that's better. And to Annette, I hope I've said that right. Look, we're not doctors, and you know, we would never proclaim to be even perfect in our additive-free journey, but we're far better than we ever have been before, which is, you know, good enough for us. I would love to say yes, and I don't think that it could hurt, put it that way. I don't know whether you know, it would completely change your life, but a little bit more about me, I might be able to talk now without crying, is I actually had Eva booked into an ADHD clinic, and there was a 5-month wait, and I remember thinking to myself, how on earth am I going to get through the next 5 months? And, you know, thank God that I started the journey that I did, because she probably would, you know, would have gone on Ritalin. And I'm not saying I'm all for modern medicine. I don't not believe in modern medicine, and some children and families, you know, do need Ritalin. But for Eva, going additive free did solve her issues. So, you know, I hope that helps answer your questions.
Kelly's asked what happens after the 4 weeks are complete. So at the end of the 4 weeks, you'll have access to the course for a little bit longer. We're trying to sort of figure that out at the moment still. So the course is actually starting on the 4th of January. I'm not sure if we mentioned that either. So it will go live on the 4th of January. So we're selling it right up, obviously, through till then. So New Year's resolution type stuff. But you will stay in the private chat group for as long as you want to. So every time we do another round of the course, more people will get added to the chat group, and anything, questions and anything that you want answered, you can obviously ask in the chat group. So you can stay in that for the rest of your life if you want to, and it's up to you when you leave the chat group. But obviously at the end of each program, each course, your password will expire. So any of the fact sheets and how-to guides and any of the information that you want, you can just print it out and keep it. So yeah, so that's sort of how we've done it.
Sorry, Shannon, I'm trying to get to you. I have just replied. No, I'm sorry, we don't. Not in this course. And Jade's asked if, yeah, in our Bliss Ball Heaven book, if all of them have dates. And no, probably only about half of the recipes have dates. With our Bliss Ball Heaven book, I've got one here, I'll show you. Again, we've made this completely additive and preservative free, and we do have a little write-up in here about additives and preservatives, and because, you know, preservative 2,2-O is found in a lot of dried fruit, including sultanas, apricots. You know, apricots should be brown, not orange. The orange of the apricot, the higher in preservative that it is. And, you know, we've tried to make this book really, I guess, to cover all food intolerances. There's recipes without dates, coconut, dairy. Yeah, so that answers your question.
So I've got 2 questions. Melanie, I'll do first. If you're away in January, yeah, we kind of did think of that too. Like, we know that there are going to be plenty of people on holidays. The only thing I can think, if you're away for the whole of January, then maybe sign up to the next round. And if you can access a computer at all and want to print it out, there'll be probably a bit too much to print out though. The fact sheets and stuff are fine, but you want to read all the course information as well. So yeah, maybe have a think about that yourself. And then Sarah's asked, her 5-year-old son is gluten, dairy, egg free. She often finds that whole food programs have nothing to offer him. So one thing we want to make clear is we're not a whole food program. We're not a program that eliminates anything really at all except additives and preservatives. So there's still sugar, there's still cake, there's still all those things, all the treats, all the biscuits, all the stuff that is made with additive and preservative food. And in actual fact, we're not offering you a meal plan. So if that's what you meant, it doesn't, like, will you we're not giving you a daily meal plan. We're just telling you all about the additives and the preservatives and all the effects and side effects and all the ways you can eliminate them and all the things you can. Like, there's so much in this course. Honestly, if I don't want to list it all because then nothing will be a surprise. But
can I say something? In regards to that, we do give you a crap stick load of ideas so you can create your own meal plan, because at the end of the day we don't know what you like to eat. So that's the main reason we started doing meal plans for the course, and then we thought, well, what if they don't like that? So I think I'm still echoing. So what we've done is created a stack of new recipes going up, and we will help you create a meal plan. That's the beauty of this Facebook group that we are going to start. And the other thing with the Facebook group is, once you're added to the Facebook group, after the 30 days of the course, you will not be left, like the group will not close, you will never be kicked out, and that group you will always stay in. When the next round, when there's another course, those people will go into the chat group as well, and the Facebook group will just get bigger and bigger and better and better. So even though the course may be ended, you will still learn a crap stick load of information just from the Facebook group. There was another question that I saw, with the lady that's on holidays. It's an online course, so if you've got access to a computer, you can still do it while you're away. And there was another one, my 5-year-old is gluten-free, egg-free. Oh, sorry, that's that question. When will be the next round? At this stage, we're not sure. Like, we're thinking possibly March, but we haven't set a date for the next course yet. Yes, some of the information in the course to help you are questions that I had at the start. Like, I remember thinking, am I ever going to go to a birthday party and handle taking her to a birthday party and the lolly bag that comes at the end? Well, I'm really proud to say that 2.5 years down the track, it wasn't an overnight thing, let me assure you, but 2.5 years down the track, we can go to birthday parties now, and I confidently know that everything will be okay, because we've got it in a fact sheet in the course. We will teach you, not teach you, I don't want to use that word, but we'll show you how we've done it, and you can take ideas from that. But the other thing that we've got in there is fussy eaters. Now, Eva is a fussy eater. Well, she is a fussy eater because she has sensory issues. So everything has to be textured right. And we will help with that as well. So if you've got a child that's extremely fussy, and, we're not about sitting down to a whole plate of vegetables and trying to make them eat it, because that ain't going to happen. So we will help you with that as well.
I don't know if we mentioned either, Jo, that we've interviewed an array of people. Like, there's interviews, not even sure how many, but we've interviewed health food coaches, doctors, and an array of different people to help you. So it's not just information that's purely coming from us. We've got professional information that's coming from, health professionals and medical professionals, and people that have been doing this a lot longer than us. So there's a wealth of information in this course that will benefit so many people.
Any other? Oh, America, lucky you. Big family holiday to America, so won't be online. Oh, look, you know what? Enjoy your holiday. That sounds amazing. Email us and let us know. Just email us, info@sistermixin.com. Maybe, I don't know if we can do anything, but email us and we'll see if we can. What else?
So Jade's asked, does she think it's for someone more starting out? It is sort of definitely, I guess we've designed it to definitely benefit those that are starting out, because that's what we wanted when we were starting, or Jo specifically wanted when she was starting. So we have designed it that way, but I don't know what level you're at, Jade, so I'm not really sure if you're all over it, then I guess, yeah, this is more for someone starting out. But if you still want to learn and, you know, watch webinars, watch interviews with professionals and still learn a lot, yeah, you definitely might benefit, I would assume, from this course as well. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we learnt lots writing it. So we've been doing it now both for about 2.5 odd years, 3 years, Jo, and we've both learned a lot as well, and the interviews are truly amazing. I sat there with one interviewing one of the doctors going, because I was just listening intently and I kept forgetting what I had to ask him because I was listening so intently to all his answers. It was amazing. So yeah, you definitely will get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I was about to say exactly the same as what Trace just said. Like, I still learned stuff from making this course, and I thought I was quite a long way through my journey, and definitely I'll always be on a journey, which is exciting. I don't find that overwhelming. I find that exciting, but yeah, I learned stuff, so thank you. Oh, no worries. I'm stuck on here while no worries, Christy. Thank you.
So yeah, I don't know if anyone else has got any other questions, but if you have any more, yeah, let us know. And yeah, we'll stay online for maybe another couple of minutes. But yeah, we're I don't know if you haven't picked up on it already, we're super excited and we just can't wait to help you guys. And if you are interested in additives or preservatives and how they can affect you, then definitely this is the course for you because we've definitely got stuff we can teach you.
Thank you very much for those. There's a couple of people leaving, so I just want to say before you do go, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. And, well, yeah, please give us your feedback and we'll see you around, no doubt. So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so yeah, just to remind you again that the additional bonuses do expire at midnight Australian Eastern Standard Time, but the price will remain at $147 for the early bird price through for another few weeks, but you won't get the extra bonuses from being in the webinar from today. Yeah. But yeah, like Jo said, thanks again so much for everyone that participated and listened, and yeah, we're really honoured and really humbled, I guess, that everyone's turned up, and that I think at some stage there was about 180 odd people. So we're blown away by all your support, and really, honestly, it makes me really emotional. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same. I'll cry again. But there's a couple of people asking how it keeps. Is it timing out when you're purchasing it? Maybe there's quite a few people purchasing it, so just bear with it. You've got till midnight Sydney time. Maybe just leave it for 1 or 2 minutes and come back and try again, or try to refresh your page. That might work. And a few people are asking how much time do they need, which is a fair question. So if you look, so it's broken down into 4 weeks. So you could do 1 week worth of content in a day or half a day, or you can break it down into days. So if you allowed yourself half an hour a day, then you would give yourself enough time to watch the interviews, download the fact sheets. You probably, so probably half an hour a day. Our interviews we have tried to keep short because, I know I wouldn't have time to sit there and watch an hour interview, so we have tried to keep the interviews to around 20 minutes. Oh, and the other thing is, with the interviews, we have paid to have them transcribed as well. So if you have got rough internet and you can't watch the interviews, you can read them, and we've got them all transcribed. Oh, thanks, Jane. Love your recipes. Stop it. What else have we got?
Michelle, I'm thinking you mean, is there a recording of the webinar? You'll get a replay link as soon as the webinar ends. There'll be an automated email that goes out, and it will go out to everyone that's registered, and you'll be able to watch the whole replay of the webinar. I think that's what you're meaning. And Fiona, the same. I think that's same as Michelle, is a recording somewhere. Yeah, so if you're meaning this right now's webinar, yeah, you'll get the replay link in an email very, very soon.
Okay, so are there any more questions? We'll stay online for another 30 seconds because it takes that long to get to you. Post any more questions. If there's no more questions, we'll get going. But
So Jan's just said, can my daughter who lives with me and her children sign up for this instead of me? Absolutely, Jan. Yeah, she just needs to use her PayPal address and I guess pay for it with her payment method.
Yep. Yeah, and if you've got any friends or family, of course they're welcome to sign up. Like, you don't need a Thermomix to do this course at all. So, if you've got a friend or family that you think really needs this course, then, tell them. That would be great.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys again, and thanks for joining us. And hopefully you've all learnt something and given you a bit more insight into Sistermixin and where we started and why we're doing what we're doing. So yeah, thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.